And we're live.
Greetings and welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of City of Destiny, a part of the Untold Stories Project. Tonight's episode is titled Aurora. I am your host and game master, Aaron. City of Destiny is an actual play of Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, from Green Ronin Publishing. Using concepts and themes derived from the Emerald City sourcebook, and is set within the connected version of Earth Prime that can be seen in many other offerings from the Untold Stories Project. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20 based system which allows players and GMs to create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes of their imagination. It's one of my personal favorite systems due to its mix of playability, detail, and flexibility. And one of my favorite things about this game is its inclusion of hero points. Now, these are that in game currency which let our heroes reroll a die, take an extra action, recover from a dangerous condition, or use their powers in new and creative ways. Our heroes each get to start with one of these hero points, and they can get extra points for good role playing, funny jokes, clever decisions, from me using their characters' weaknesses against them, and by your generosity. If you subscribe, renew a subscription, or donate bits to our stream, you will generate a hero point that can be given to the player of your choice. We are a small but growing streaming network, and all of those likes, follows, and subscribes help grow our PL6 network into the PL14 powerhouses we hope to become. So let's go ahead and meet our players for tonight, shall we? Say, home again, heroes.
Home
Home
again,
again,
heroes.
heroes.
That was almost actually in unison. Um, Heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you're playing, and answer our question of the week, which is what hero or what character from another show on our network would your hero most like to team up with? And we're going to start with Alex.
Well, hi, everybody. My name's Alex. I'm the line developer for Mutants and Masterminds, as well as the creative director here at the Untold Stories Project. Tonight, I will be continuing to play my favorite character, Ethan Blackwell, aka Crucible, aka the mosquito repellent tester of magnetism. As for the answer to the question of the day, Ethan would hate this, but I would love to do a team up with Gator Man. We should have a buddy cop enemies to friends storyline where we have to go across the country transporting like an organ or something. I don't know. Portal will be better at that, but they made me do it for some reason because it's high iron. And we can learn what friendship looks like, and maybe I could forgive him for trying to eat me alive. But without further ado, I'll pass it over to Aunt Puppy, my partner in crime.
Hi, I'm Aunt Puppy. I play Cindy or Keone, the resident stabby here. And with that, Keone would like to meet Harper. Because I feel like that would be dangerous and it would be amazing because Harper,
So
yeah,
bad.
so much stabbing, and I'm so here for it. So yeah, I would like to, yeah, I think Harper would be great. And with that, I'm going in alphabetical order and I'm going to pass it to Brandon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brandon. I am playing Portal, the superhero with the amazing ability to create portals, but the inability to come up with a name that isn't completely on the nose. Um, Portal. I think I would like to see Portal team up with Sodalite. So first, because I think I'd like to see him team up with one of the gem stars just because of, rescuing the lore and, being able to figure out what happened and being able to kind of see where he sent them, like where his portal went. He now knows that that's where that LaFondia is where they are. But being able to actually kind of be there, I think would be kind of cool for him. And also with all the stabbing, she just reminds him of his BFF.
Fair.
And I will pass it to Calvin.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Calvin, and tonight I will be playing the astounding Spider Queen. Um, and of the heroes you would like to meet, she is a bit of a superhero fangirl. And she is already getting to hang out with one of her favorites, which is Coyote. So the other one is Centuria. So yeah, if she could pick another superhero to team up with, it would be Centuria. Although she's not going to get greedy because she's already getting one of the two. And with that, I guess we'll keep going in alphabetical order, and I'll pass it to Gary.
Hello, I'm Gary. I am playing everyone's favorite character actor, Cam Cole, the Star Knight. Um, well, Cam being pretty new to the superhero game, it would be pretty tough to pick somebody out. I think his new teammates are who he wants to team up with. So it's all new. Although Princess was pretty impressive seeing her in action. So maybe in the future there's a Princess team up. Um, I guess we'll do the alphabetical order thing. Jemmy, you want to go?
Um, of course my voice died there. Hi, I'm Jemmy. I play Bella, aka Hexa, our favorite witch with no talent. To answer the question, there's a lot of like almost any magic-based hero she would love to work with. Resonant is probably the top of the list though. Just because the gem magic is completely foreign to her. Because that's not something that really existed on Earth normally. I mean, there's, gemstones with power properties, but that's not the same. And she'd love to study it. I guess I'll pass back to my dad.
All right. Before I go on with the recap, I just have to ask, Calvin, how hard did you have to hunt to find the adjective that wasn't already being used for one of the other spider characters in comics?
It was not easy. Just say that. I wish I could just go with spectacular because it's so perfectly alliterative. But
Yeah.
Stupendous.
Sensational?
I sensational was on the list.
The splendiferous Spider Queen.
Stupendous, I might circle back to.
For califragilistic expialidocious Spider Queen.
Well, she can't just exclaim that before doing superhero stuff.
It's me, the sticky Spider's Queen.
Oh, whoa.
It's even worse.
I mean, to be fair, I think you would gross out every single enemy and they'd just be like, no thanks. And they'd just be like, I give up.
Remind me of that when we go on break. But anyway, when last we saw our heroes, the team had traveled into space to visit the Citadel and to turn over Auroch and to try to learn more about the remains from Telax. While there, they met Mentor and a bunch of other Star Knights, learned a little bit more about the Preservers and the different artifacts that the Preservers had left behind, which includes Mentor, Telax, and, of course, Collapsar the Destroyer, or the Devourer. They were called away from the Citadel to rescue a lore cruiser that was being attacked by the Stellar Imperium. And after that rescue, they learned that the lore on board were actually traveling to the moon of Lafandi, which now orbits Earth, and where many lore were sent to by portal following the destruction of Magnalore by Collapsar. If you're confused, go and watch all of season 1 and it'll fill you in. So our heroes are now back on Earth, trying to attend to the various tasks they need to do to get their lives in order before school starts, resuming a successful career, and various family members they need to get visiting. And I think we're actually going to start with Whitney. What is Whitney Weaver up to right now?
So is this like same day we're getting back, or is this just like downtime in between?
We'll kind of flexy downtime.
Okay, so it's probably like at some evening in Emerald City, not too long after the trip, probably like the evening of the next day at most.
Okay.
She is stretching her legs, stretching her webs more like, getting used to just swinging through Emerald City because I'm kind of picturing the buildings. They tend to go a bit taller than I think they are in Fairyburg, and certainly a bit shinier. And you kind of have to contend with like light and reflections and all that sort of thing.
It's definitely shinier than Farrowburg.
Yeah, most things
Um,
would be.
A rusty quarter is shinier than Fairyburg.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's like going from Blue Haven to Central City.
Yes, that's a good comparison.
Or to put more on the nose, Bloodhaven to Star City. Or wait, no. What's the one? Is there? Do they have a Seattle variant?
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it be
that's
Star City?
Yeah, that's Star City.
Star City on the west, up in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Bowman
just
should
kind
have
of
been here.
swinging and
But yeah, she is just honestly trying to clear her mind because a lot of things are rattling around in there after how the day went yesterday. And she still hasn't moved her stuff, and she's just thinking about a lot of things. So she is going to just hit an arc in her swing, basically throwing herself upwards towards the tallest building she can reach at the moment.
okay.
Climb up to the roof of it, and she is going to take out her phone, which only has a couple of cracks on it, because she hasn't got a case yet. And she is going to call her friend Julia back home.
Okay. It'll take a couple of rings and then Julia will answer. And hey girl, how's life in the big city?
Oh, just out swinging around. Thought I'd call and see how things are going back home.
I mean, some things never change. Farrowburg is still, oh, how did he put it at one time? A a wretched hive of scum and villainy. I mean, no, it's fine. Nothing super exciting. We're busy. I didn't realize how do I say this without sounding like either arrogant or rude? I didn't realize quite how much you were doing in town.
Oh,
You're definitely feeling you not being here and trying to pick up your slack. Um, but I mean, we're happy for you.
oh well, I mean, I appreciate that. I kind of need that confidence boost right now. I'm not gonna lie. Did
Really?
you? Well, it's just there's and she's gonna look over her shoulder as if she's worried that someone might hear her, even though she's up on her roof alone.
Right.
It's just a
Oh, at
lot
least
going on. I mean, a lot of cool stuff going on. I
All right,
went,
so talk to me. Like we saw you guys uh dealing with the dealer on TV.
yeah,
I saw stuff online, some TikTok video of you guys in the club. But what else has been going on? I mean, taking care of a big rust monster inside of a club seems like it would be, right up your alley.
you'd think so, but my webs kind of went right through him. Turns out he's like a big pile of junk, and the junk isn't like solid, so you know, it wasn't as effective as I kind of hoped it would be. But we did go into space a bit, and then we came back down, and then we did go underwater a bit, and I drove a submarine.
Wait,
Um,
wait. Back up. You went into space a bit.
well, I went into space a lot more after. But we did go into space like a little, just like the moon, which now that I say out loud is kind of a lot, but I did go to another planet yesterday.
And you're worried how we're dealing with burglaries and muggings?
I mean, there's all sorts of weird stuff going on back home. We had
I mean,
vampires that one time.
yeah, but you went to space.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of cool. It's just, I would like to just enjoy the whole thing. I'm getting to hang out with the Stormbreakers. I'm getting to hang out with some of my favorite supers, but I don't know. It's not exactly everything I thought it would be. I mean, it's a lot of what I thought it would be.
I
Okay,
mean,
look,
go ahead.
you remember that big metal dude that showed up in Emerald City a ways back?
Yeah, yeah, the giant robot that's now a statue. Yeah,
Yeah. So, giant monster, typical superhero stuff. They had like another giant monster before. It's
right, the
whatever.
kaiju vampire.
Yeah. I mean, they grow their vampires real big here. But anyway, I figured, I'm here in the big city. I'm hanging out with the Stormbreakers. We're gonna deal with giant monsters and whatever. That totally down to handle that. I can punch a big robot anytime. Um, turns out big robot guy isn't totally defeated, I guess. He's actually like his robot spirit is out in space somewhere, and he's enemies with a thing called what the hell did they call it? A collapsar? And it's a living black hole that eats planets. And this was, just a Tuesday for these guys, apparently.
No, not planets. The entire universe.
Well, he
You
hasn't
forgot
eaten.
you forgot to turn
Yeah.
off your comm.
Oh shit. Hang on, I'm getting some interference. God damn it. Yeah. Just throws it.
Brandon, Brandon,
Yeah.
I have a hero point.
Yeah, sorry, I was swinging through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Waiting through a tunnel.
Look, it's just, I can fight goons and henchmen and dudes with weird powers and crime bosses and the occasional vampire or two and a big robot. I'll punch that any day. I can't just punch a freaking black hole. And it's kind of a lot. I don't know. I don't want them to. And she takes a few more steps away from wherever she threw the comm device. I don't know. I just don't want them to think I can't hang out. I can't swing with the big guns. But I mean, this was like day 3.
All right. You want some real talk?
Yes, please.
I get it. I mean, the more grandma pulled me in and the more of her little corner of the universe, the more I was like, I'm just a girl. What am I doing becoming the witch of this neighborhood? And then, you know, working with Kid and Rust Belt, and I mean, that's all. It was a sensible step up. And then you came to town. And I love you. And we were so grateful to have you around. But it was obvious to all 4 of us that you were meant for bigger and better things. Not better, maybe, but bigger. Because you're right. I mean, taking care of the neighborhood does, but you had power to make change on a scale that we don't have. had that really rammed into our heads a little while back when the Freedom League Dark came to town.
Yeah,
Just how outclassed we are.
Still can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, well, my point being, you wouldn't be outclassed. That's where you belong. And I mean, you just said, I'll punch a giant robot any day of the week. I wouldn't be able to do a damn thing to a giant robot, and you know it.
I mean, don't sell yourself short. I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I do if it wasn't for you and the rest of the team back home.
Sure, but if there is fate, if there is destiny, I think as people who are put on this mantle of being a hero, we're always gonna be drawn to the challenges that are just barely within our capacity to deal with. I think you're where you belong. I mean, I hear in your voice how overwhelmed you are with being underwater and going to space and all of that. I hear it. But I also can hear that you're doing it. You're fitting in.
Yeah. I mean, not as quick as I'd like, but yeah, I guess I am.
You've been there for 3 days and they took you to outer space and to the bottom of the ocean. That sounds to me like they think you fit in.
They did let me drive the submarine, which wasn't a great idea on their part, but
Did you wreck it?
not completely. Which maybe we should count that as a win.
You know, any landing you can walk away from.
Well, it's a submarine, so it's more of an ascension that you can.
Yeah.
But I get your point.
Anyhow, seriously, you know, feel free to call anytime. I'm always happy to chat, but I think you're I think you're stressing out in ways that you don't need to. I think you're doing just fine. But I mean, you know, if you ever need advice on anything magical, it's not like not like the Stormbreakers have a witch on hand. So
Well, weirdly enough,
Actually,
they do, at least now.
oh. Okay.
So much for nepotism.
But hey, I mean, I could still put in a good word for you. I mean, not for nothing, but you're still my favorite bad witch.
Thanks. All right, Whitney, you've got a city to save, and my dinner's ready to come out of the oven. So,
Oh yeah, she like checks the time on her phone because she forgot time zones.
yeah, it's 2 hours later here than it is for you.
Okay, that was my bad. I got some hot goss about Keone and Crucible, but we can talk about that later.
Oh, absolutely.
What,
All right.
what the fuck?
I assure you, any gossip about us is cold just by nature.
I thought I turned that thing off. Yeah, she is going to, just after hanging up and before picking up the comm device, she's just going to just take a moment, catch her breath, feeling sort of the colder breeze out at this height. Um, and then feeling a bit more assured, she's going to readjust her mask and hop off and swing away. And she will return sometime later because she forgot the comm device.
Okay.
Also, Calvin, Doc Void had a great suggestion: the singular Spider Queen.
Oh. Oh, I do like stylish also.
That's pretty good.
Stylish is pretty good.
Just
I'm
do
calling out for Sticky.
Yes, we know.
Hard no.
No.
But it's
Hard
true.
no.
it's true, but still.
That doesn't make it better. All right, Alex, let's pick up with you.
That's right, the Clinging Crucible.
The Crunchy Crucible.
Only Gatorman knows that.
So, Crucible, what are you up to now that you've gotten
I've
back?
got I'm on Google trying to figure out how to hire a forensic accountant on a scholarship fund.
Okay. You can probably find someone to hire if that's what you want. If you want something more discreet, you could always ask Mars for help. But
I'm gonna ask Roberta for help.
okay. Uh,
Roberta,
good
I'll,
ask.
I'll bring the laptop up to her.
How can I help?
So, I. This is going to sound like I'm trying to commit fraud. I'm not trying to commit fraud. But I think maybe your boss knows how, and maybe you've helped with that.
With committing fraud?
No, just like whatever regular billionaire fraud is. You know, the kind that doesn't get people arrested but gets them a pat on the back.
Does Roberta have a soul? Did Mortis already ask that when he came to visit? I feel
Don't think so, because I don't think he met Roberta.
And
Okay.
Roberta does not have a soul.
Yeah.
Hey,
Roberta
Don't Kill
is
My
a robot.
Character is here visiting
is a
Chad.
robot.
Hi, Don't
Hey,
Kill My Character. Good to see you. Possibly Kate the Great, but good to see you. Anyway, Roberta, I've got some financial records that I need reviewed to see what I might be able to suss out about what it means. Because my dad has been living in a robot automated house. Well, okay, my dad hasn't been living there. My dad has operated a robot operated house to make it seem like he was living there. And now he's missing. And he magnetically degaussed his computer. At least I hope he did. And I didn't like sleepwalk over there and throw a fit. And maybe I magnetically degaussed his computer. Anyway, but that's not. Can you help me with this? I'll just slide it up on the counter for her.
she will extend a hand, and a little USB adapter will pop out under her fingernail, and she'll attach it to your laptop.
Thanks, Roberta. I feel like I should talk to a forensic accountant or maybe a lawyer. I don't know, but you've got like robot human confidentiality, right? Like that's one of the laws.
I have been constructed by Mr. Mars to be of service to you. Your father's financial records have a number of deposits that come from unmarked sources. There are many money transfers, all of which are consistent with attempts to launder illegal sources of funds and make them appear legal. There is significant tax fraud.
Do you have any way of identifying like where these transfers came from?
The IP address where the funds originate from maps. Well, that's curious.
Oh no.
That's never something you want to hear.
No, no.
The IP address maps to City Hall.
Oh no, we're gonna have to fight the mayor.
What? So my dad's helping the mayor launder money? Is that what's happening? Are
I
the mayor's
can't
helping my dad launder money?
I can't be more specific about who in the office is doing it, but the physical location is definitely at City Hall.
Well, that's a lot more questions than answers, but thanks, Roberta.
I'm happy to have been of what minimal assistance I can.
If I took you to City Hall, would you be able to figure it out?
Unlikely, as I am tied to this building.
Well, I mean, you're made of metal, right?
My operating system and infrastructure are not located inside of this unit. They are wired throughout this building.
Oh.
Unless you are capable of moving the entire Emerald Tower.
He did shake a mountain once.
I don't want to figure that out right this second, but I will hang a lantern on that, and maybe I'll move the tower before the season's over.
Oh no.
Okay. Alex, I also believe I owe you a list of the name of programs that your father was in charge of.
Yeah.
You want me to read that aloud, or should I just send that to you privately and you can
You can read it aloud.
All right. So there were 4 programs that your father was directly in charge either of monitoring or was actually doing work himself as a part of. Like I said, you don't have a lot of details on them, but you did get the project names. They are Project Anathema, Project Ascent, Project Storm, and Project Viridian.
Wait, why does Project Ascent sound familiar?
My dad's definitely a supervillain, y'all.
Bare minimum, your dad was working for a supervillain.
Yeah, Project Storm is definitely how do I kill my son's friends. I'm putting that in that bucket right there. Just
Project Ascent. Wait, is that from Gem Stores? Why does that sound so familiar?
I don't know.
That's really irritating.
If
I
it
can't believe I
helps
told my dad I wanted to change my major, and he decided to be a supervillain. He's so dramatic.
Maybe that's why.
And Puppy, if it helps any, probably doesn't, but literally every one of those programs, I did not come up with the names from. They came from somewhere within something that is published in the Earth Prime setting, or from one of our previous shows.
And Puppy, you might be thinking of Project Atlas.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That makes sense. It's
But
good if you take real notes and not rely on a brain that's half broken. Oh.
but
Well, thank you, Roberta, for this. I'm going to I gotta go to my workshop and work some stuff out.
very well. Oh, one other thing I did want to get back. We've received a number of direct buzzer calls from a Juliana Hausmannen asking to speak with their sister. I understand that Bella's last name is Hausmannen. However, I did not believe that her knowledge of her being in this building was shared. She has been by for the last 2 days at noon, and every day says she'll come back the following day. I just you were away from Earth, but I wanted to ask if we should how I should handle that when she comes calling today.
I think for my own safety, I shouldn't meet some woman named Juliana. Especially with a Russian last name, she sounds like she's probably hot. But I'll go call Bella and see what she has to say.
Hausmann is actually a German last name.
I grew up in the American education system. I don't know anything.
Okay.
But I'll call Bella, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Do you wish me to contact Miss Bella directly?
Sure, put her on speakerphone.
Bella, what are you up to right now?
Probably just tinkering with like magic.
Tinkering in your workshop?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear a buzz from the intercom.
Yeah, hello?
Greetings, Bella. This is Roberta. I'm here with Crucible.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Bella.
Hi.
Uh,
Do you want me to come down?
Yeah, there's somebody named Juliana who keeps calling after you every noon.
Sorry. Juliana.
Yeah, Juliana. She said she was your sister.
Yeah, shit.
That's what I said.
if she calls again, should I bring her in?
Yes. Please.
Very well.
I've got resting Peter Parker face. I know better than to meet somebody pretty from a foreign country.
Resting Peter Parker face. I like that.
That is a phrase. All right. So you're going to go ahead and head off to your workshop, Crucible?
Yeah, I gotta work some stuff out.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna stop in my workshop because apparently my sister's here.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you do in your workshop?
It's a lot of metal work. That's what I call it.
So it's almost noon, and so Roberta will say, yes, Bella, your sister is here. I'm having her come up now.
Thank you.
Where are you right now, Jemmy?
No longer in the workshop.
Right? Where?
So probably in just like a lounge area,
Okay.
just reviewing books.
Okay. So there's a mirror on the wall of this lounge, and peeking through the mirror, you see your sister. Hey there, little sis.
You can just walk in.
Yes, I could. I could have done that at any time. I thought it would be rude. Once she said I could come up, I figured this was faster than taking an elevator.
Guess. I guess.
So she'll step through and give you a big hug.
Hey, sis.
Jemmy, do you want to tell us what your sister looks like?
No, I do not, because I have not figured it out.
Fair.
I would not like to, in fact, because I have
Oh.
not settled on the details.
She looks like me, but my sister.
I mean, like, how do I do this? Describe the look at Bella and then do the typical hotter older sister. The
That's-
smarter, prettier older sister. That's what it is.
I feel
Yeah.
like Keone walks by and is like, oh.
Not smarter, but yeah.
Not my sister.
So how are you? Wait, no, don't tell me. You blew yourself up, but you were underwater, so I couldn't come to you. And then the next morning, I'm like, okay, I'll check in on it again. And you're not on the planet.
The text that I was going off planet.
What?
I meant to text that I was going off planet.
I'm gonna ask you to restate that and think about what you're saying. I meant to text that I'm going off planet.
Yeah.
By the by, anyone who is in the tower who might be eavesdropping or watching, this conversation is entirely in German.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Well, like you need to
I have a
understand
universal
how
translator.
awkward.
I have a
say,
universal translator.
Keone's trying to find where she misplaced her phone again, so that she can find the translator app.
Look, okay.
So, you want to tell me how you got blown up? Other than the fact that it was underwater, because that part I could tell.
I mean, do I really need to explain? You know my luck with getting blown up.
So that was self-inflicted. It was not because you're hanging out with superhero friends.
I mean, I was underwater and I didn't have the area effect one, so I just kind of used the blasting one's lightning.
Okay, you're supposed to be the smart one of the two of us.
You're smart too. Don't undersell yourself.
I'm not saying I'm dumb, but you're supposed to be the smart one.
What else
And
was I
I
supposed
know better than to fire off a lightning bolt underwater.
consequences that were gonna come? I was just prepared to take that risk, and it worked.
Do I want to know?
I didn't pass out,
Good.
so it's fine.
Okay.
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know? Oh, right, that. Well, last time I put you back together, and then you told Mom that you were going to America to join a superhero team. I might have maybe sort of put an alarm spell on you.
You put a. I can't even be mad. Like, it makes sense, but like, rude?
Mom didn't want
Texas
me
has a magical babysitter.
to. The magical equivalent of being forced to carry an AirTag.
A baby monitor with infinite range.
Look, it's not like I can use it to just spy on you.
I repeat, it makes sense. I'm just mad I didn't notice.
Um, yeah, well, do I have to
No, it's.
be obvious?
Shut up.
I mean, look, I am so impressed by you. But we also both know the reality of the situation and who inherited Mom's gifts and who didn't.
Yeah.
That reminds me, where's
I don't know.
where's their Haas?
I don't know. He's probably here somewhere.
Okay.
Or sucking up to the teammates.
Oh.
You know
Oh,
him.
is he still pretending to be a cute little bunny to them?
Yes.
Gotcha.
They haven't seen him as an asshole, so.
I mean, they do realize that, like, we don't even know what plane he comes from.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but do they get what that would take for us to not know what plane he comes from?
I don't know. I don't think they understand how long I've studied.
Okay. So, are you settling in okay? I mean, other than the, fact that you got blown up. All right, is everything else going well? I mean, you apparently went to space and came back, and you seem to be fine from that.
Yeah. Um. I'm now gonna have to learn another language, but it's
Oh,
aliens.
you would not have had a chance to study that, I guess.
No. No, I thought, oh, we'll get the old, like, ancient languages that are almost forgotten except for this one document down, but no, apparently there's more.
All right, well,
They're they seem nice. Well, some.
the aliens or your team?
Uh, my team's definitely nice. The aliens are they seem mostly nice, but some don't.
Okay. Um, well, I really just wanted to check on you, but I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay.
How's it back at the cabin? Everything good?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Mom is digging deep into all of the astrological significance of, you know,
Moons.
the moons. Um, she's pretending it doesn't worry her,
It
which
is.
means that she's really, really scared.
Mm-hmm.
Um, other than that, oh, that's right. She did have a message she wanted me to give you. She wanted me to tell you to stay away from New Orleans.
Why New Orleans? What's going
Fair.
on in New Orleans?
I don't know. I just know that Mom told me to tell you to stay away from New Orleans.
How would Mom do that? Now I'm curious about what's going on in
There's
New
this psycho girl with a sword and a monster pet.
Like,
Yeah, that's not what her
drug
mom's
Alice.
about.
I wasn't planning on going to New Orleans, but now I'm curious.
Yeah, I I told Mom that would be your reaction, but she wanted me to tell you. And I'm like, now you're gonna make her want to go. I mean, anytime someone tells you, hey, don't do this thing, you're like, I can do the thing.
Okay, well, shut up. Stop knowing me that well.
I know you better than anyone.
Yeah, yeah. Do we have any lore update, by the way? Any ideas on Mom?
Um, I am now about 80% sure that Thomas isn't our dad.
Isn't your dad or isn't my dad?
Either.
That's good.
I think the last time he was around Mom until after we were born was like 20 years before I was born.
Okay.
At least that's the best records I've been able to find of where he's been.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Um,
I think that's
yeah.
good.
So that's what I've got.
That's good at least.
So do I get to meet your teammates or should
Yes, yeah.
or
I was about to offer, but sorry. I'm 90% sure that at least some of them are eavesdropping.
You just hear, I was gonna say, then you just hear Keone drops her phone, like, and you just hear someone shuffling to pick it up really quickly, and you just hear steps running away.
The calling out on eavesdropping is where she shifted from German to English. Just like, yeah, I was gonna offer to meet them. I'm pretty sure some are listening.
Yeah, then you just hear scuffling into the kitchen.
So the obligatory fuck J.K. Rowling, but does her sister have a grandfather clock? And one of the hands has a picture of
No.
sex on it.
No. All right, so does anyone come to meet your sister?
Uh, if they've been listening this long, they better.
I have not been eavesdropping.
100% Keone's been eavesdropping, but she has absolutely no idea what any of them said. But she did try to record some of it with like a really shitty phone that she was one of the many that she's lost and has found throughout the building.
So she can plug it into Google Translate?
Yeah.
Ask Roberta. I bet Roberta speaks German.
Roberta
Bet
does
she
speak
does.
German.
Even if she didn't, I bet Berta could just push a button and just be like, now I know German.
But well, the last, I'm pretty sure some of them have been listening, was in English.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That
But that
part was
doesn't sound
calling
like an
them out.
invitation to come in.
It
It
was.
sounds like the other thing.
No, Keanu ran to the kitchen to pretend like she was making something.
Yeah,
Like
I'm in
she
my
wasn't
workshop.
the one that-
we'll tell you what. Next time, I'll meet your teammates. Okay?
Mhm.
Don't be a
Hopefully.
stranger.
Yeah. Hopefully next time you don't have to come because I blew up.
That would be great.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Love you.
Love you, sis.
And she will walk back into the mirror and vanish.
I would like to blow Hexa up, please.
Dude, she'll do it herself. Let her go back to her lab, and in 10 minutes, you're gonna hear her sister reappear. Like, what did I just say?
I feel like if the door was closed, Keone would do, you know, those TikTok videos where they're like the husband walks in on the bathroom and then he goes and closes the door and then he lifts the phone underneath of the door so that he can video. That's pretty much kind of what Keone wanted to do.
Amazing.
All right.
She does not have boundaries.
Speaking of Keone, well,
Oh, oh.
who do we want to deal with next? Do we want to deal with Keone next, or do we want to deal with what I have planned for Star Night next?
Oh, I want to hear what you have planned for Star Night because I don't want to hear what you have planned for Keone.
That sounds bad.
I know.
All right, so Cam, when you return back to Earth, there is a message on your phone from Riley. And, she's saying, all right, I know you're off doing the stuff from your other job, and that's fine. But when you get back, call me because we need to, well, I'm going to say this like it's something that I haven't already done, but we need to come up with a strategy to get your name back out there. And I've already been in talks with the people from Apple, and we kind of have a thing planned for tomorrow at noon. So, call me.
I will scroll back up, looking at the 150 other messages. I will pick like the top message just from whoever. I'll knock like a couple of these out a day, and I will type, I was off the plan. I was out of the country. And I will send that.
They just see the bubble and then it disappears and then it comes back up again.
And if I receive, like, if that's probably like an acquaintance. If it's somebody that I feel I need to explain more, what I'm gonna say is I was out of the country. Not winning the Golden Globe kind of bummed me out, and a whiskey company in Prague wanted me to do one of those wacky commercials, and I'll send that to them.
Okay.
And I'll knock out.
Cue Riley's reprise of the "I'm not an idiot" speech.
So now I'm down to 148, and then I will give Riley a call.
All right, Cam. How quickly can you get downtown?
If I fly, like a minute. If I Uber, probably longer.
Yeah, so normally I'd say take an Uber, but you better fly.
Oh, okay.
Because we need to we need to make sure that this is going to fit you. Have you integrated your phone into your armor yet?
I can do that.
Talk to Mars. I'm sure he can help you with it. Anyways, I'll fill you in on the details when you get here.
Should I bring anything? I mean, I just got armor.
Bring your armor. I'm assuming you wear underwear.
Yeah, but there's like this like gel coating that kind of insulates the armor. It's kind of
Okay. All right, stop sharing. Then bring hair care products, and if you haven't shaved today, a razor. And then get here.
all right. I will hustle as best as possible and zip downtown. I will try to be somewhat inconspicuous. I will not fly in through the front door or anything.
At some point, as he's
She can
getting
tell you
ready,
there's a skylight entrance into her office.
Okay.
at some point, while he's getting ready, I will walk by and say, "Hey, Cam, how you doing?"
Late for a meeting, I guess.
That's rough.
Still wearing the armor, but helmet off, just shaving. Okay.
Well, she was figuring that you were going to have to shower when you got there to get the goo off, but
Yeah. Just kind of looking at my phone, like integrate it in the armor, in the armor. Just jam it in a little pouch and fly. And yeah, it's convenient that there's a skylight entrance.
it's almost like she knows that her former son-in-law, well, or her former stepson was a superhero. All right. So you'll get to her office, and when you get there, you'll see that she has a whole press kit laid out from Apple TV, and hanging on a rack in her office, there is a pseudo medieval fantasy looking outfit, complete with sword. So I've been busy. I've convinced, well, not just me, Johnny, and a couple of other people. I pulled on some strings with the mayor to get some tax breaks offered. Anyway, they're going to be doing about 80% of the shooting of Nine Princes of Amber in and around Emerald City. There's land in like the Arcadian Mountains that's going to be perfect for a lot of the forest shots. Obviously, some of it's going to be soundstage, but I figured that would make your life easier.
Yeah, for sure.
And but as part of it, the mayor and the people at Apple want to make an announcement, and so they're going to be making that announcement today at Arcadia College because they've got something going on with the film school there. I don't know all the details. The producer, a couple of your co-stars, and you are going to be there to make a whole big media event of the thing.
All right.
Nothing can possibly go wrong with this.
So, yeah, it's going to be Stephen and Sebastian and Lauren and Willem who are going to be there.
Willem's going to be there.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, come on. I mean, we mentioned, a chance for him to get the try on the Dworkin costume before you guys started filming, and he was already like there. Anyway, go take a shower, and I've got seamstresses waiting in the other room. They don't know that you're Star Knight. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of putting your armor somewhere. Go shower, put this on, and then they're going to fit that and make sure that it is that it fits, because they have to go off measurements because you are out of the country.
He'll just start taking the armor off as he walks to the room. He's just kind of chucking pieces of it here and
God,
there.
you're worse than Ethan.
You're not my mom anymore. You can't get me with strays.
You're not my real mom.
No,
then-
she's not. Not even kind of your mom anymore.
Just get prepped as quick as possible.
All right. And then when you're done with the shower, there is a small army of people ready to do hair, makeup, and to tailor the costume to fit you while you're in it. Okay, yeah, I think we can just still make it down to the college by 11. Great. So,
When all the hair and makeup people leave, one of my new friends is pretty nerdy. Maybe we can get a bit part for Spider Queen. I think she'd dig that.
I mean, I only met Whitney the one time, but she seems cool. I can ask and see if they can at least use her like in like a crowd scene.
Yeah, extra.
You know,
I think she'd like that.
Like she could probably be I mean, it wouldn't be till later in the season, but they're going to need a lot of people to fill the court when Eric and Corwin are confronting each other there. So
Tommy's going to be so angry because I know he has definitely read those books.
but yeah, so yeah, I'll talk to Steve, and we'll see what we can make happen. All right, we need to go get in the car. And before we get to the actual press event, we're going to cut away. Keone, didn't you have a thing you wanted to do?
Ione is very innocently just making a drink in the kitchen. She's not doing anything at all. Nothing.
Nothing?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Liar.
Well, after she spied on the sisters, she is though awkwardly trying to make a drink in the kitchen, pretending like that is what she was actually doing and not eavesdropping.
Uh-huh.
But in her head, she's like going through like trying to figure out like basically just kind of swearing and arguing with herself about knowing that she needs to go to see her grandma and she doesn't want to, and is like, but you have to, like, she's literally having an argument with herself. She's also having it out loud too, where she's like, no, you have to go, like, you have to figure this out, like, what the hell is, like, but if we don't go, we just don't know the answer, and that's fine. And so she's just trying to figure out, assuming that at some point in time Hexa will kind of come in knowing that she was eavesdropping.
Uh-huh.
Sure. After your sister leaves,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
It's just kind of the poking their head and just you do know if you wanted to talk with her, you could have just said hi.
No, I didn't want to be rude.
She's like more outgoing than I am.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do you want a snack or something to drink?
Is
Can I get a perception check from the two magical female beings in the kitchen.
Sure.
Oh no.
I don't
Oh,
want
nice.
but
That would be a nat 20 or
Uh-huh.
a 30. When Keone perceives the best when she is feeling the most called out and awkward.
25.
Okay. Both of you are very aware of the fact that sitting on the counter is a a J made completely out of ice.
I think your grandma wants to talk.
Yeah. 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 Keone, can she try and like shoo it away?
I mean, if you like shoo it away, it'll hop
Okay.
from you. It doesn't seem inclined to leave, but it'll back off a little bit.
Yone got a screamer.
Mhm.
I guess I'm gonna have to deal with this. And as she doesn't want to impose, but she will look at Hexa, Bella, because you still haven't told us that that's what you're going by, right? You just told us Bella. Okay. Bella. She'll look at Bella and just be like, you're magical.
No, that's my problem. But yes, I do understand it.
At this point, Der Haas hops up onto the counter and starts stalking the ice bird.
Do not eat the ice bird.
Why not?
Do eat the ice bird. But
Don't.
Bella,
Yeah.
would you like to come with me to meet my grandmother?
Yes. I mean, like, I don't really get to see that style of magic much anyway, and it was really well crafted, so I'd really like to go if you'd let me. It'd be really cool.
Yes, I would like you to come with me, please.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like I need protection from magic that isn't my own.
I can do that.
Okay, great. Let's leave in like an hour.
Sure.
Okay. And then she will go back to awkwardly trying to make herself a snack and then a very large glass of wine.
As soon as you say we're going to leave in an hour, the bluebird vanishes, or the ice bird vanishes.
That was a scrying spell, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I really don't want to go there.
Der Haas is sniffing where it was. Oh, it was definitely a scrying spell.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this whole watching me thing, but
After I can look into amulets that have like protections against scrying.
that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
Because, like, so I don't know how much you know about this, about me,
not
which I'm
much.
guessing if you don't know the magic, you probably don't know much. So I was adopted and I basically came here to find my parents or my birth givers. I don't really call them my parents. They're not really my parents. My parents are my parents. Anyways, so I went looking for my mom, but all I came up with was my grandmother, and she's awful.
Mm.
And I kind of think she did something to my birth mother, which is why she gave me up, but I can't figure any of it out on my own because although I'm magical, I don't know it as well because I didn't have anything magical around me. So, ooh, what could Bella do?
What do you need done? We can think about it.
I know. I just started thinking. I was like, I wonder what kind of secrets Bella could find out about her. Some sort of ritual, or I mean, obviously the internet's not going to give me very good, magically based information.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, if you know the right forums, it can.
Bella, you are 100% sure because you've done it before, to your great frustration, that you can create you have a ritual that will tell you somebody's lineage magically,
Mhm.
as long as no one has made an effort to hide that information,
Mhm.
which is why you don't know who your dad is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I mean, there's a chance she has, seeing the magic, like the craftsmanship is once again impeccable. Sorry, you probably don't want to hear me singing her praises, but it is. Um, anyway, uh, if she hasn't taken precaution against it, I might be able to.
Would you be able to locate somebody based upon my lineage?
I mean, once you get lineage out of the way and I know who I'm looking for, there are plenty of other ways to find someone first off the internet. But yes, also magic.
Okay. I think, yeah, let's do that. Because I
Sure.
wonder if because I don't know who my dad is, but I have a letter from my mom, so I have at least a name.
Yeah, that's a start. A name, and if your mom is the one who's magical, I can also probably tie in with your, magic. As I said, you kind of radiate it.
Thanks, I am kind of radiating. Uh, she'll take another big swig from her glass and be like, let's go to let's see what we can come up with. Because if I don't have to talk to my grandmother for something, I would like to not have to talk to her for something.
Mhm. Um, I mean, I can draft up like 50 different spells while you probably change an outfit.
That's probably a good idea. And
Also, good
Keone,
evening, Topsnick. This is their first time chatting, so hello. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yay.
You're
Sorry,
on mute, Gary.
That's actually me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending time with us tonight, Gary.
we love you, Gary.
Keone will high five Bella and then walk to the room to change out of her casual sweatpants, sweatsuit outfit that she was wearing when she got back. But yeah, I'd like to come up with something before she goes to visit her grandma.
Yeah, all right. So you can come back to like half a notebook filled.
Perfect.
All right, so what are we planning on doing?
The base plan is for starters is the lineage to try to find out Keone's dad. And also get more solidifying details on Mother for Bella's sake.
Okay.
Because then it's the start doing the can I use that magic signature and a name to track down the mom, and for the dad, just I mean, we might get into like blood magic here of the track via DNA magic.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, blood magic would need, like, in this case, probably like a prick.
Right.
Just different ways to try to track people after finding who they are.
Sure.
Yeah, Keone's not afraid of blood, but Aunt Puppy is very much afraid of blood.
Which is hilarious considering how much of the last campaign you spent blood sampling everybody.
I did. That was a lot of blood.
She was
First
living
I-
vicariously.
you're gonna be so sad when my replacement character doesn't have any blood.
For science.
Portal, are you still
Um,
in the tower?
Yeah.
Can you come down to my workshop when you have a moment?
Sure.
But don't tell Cindy you're coming down here.
Okay.
He definitely said over the comm because he's silly.
Mhm. How about just Bella in the middle of writing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
all right, so
Fiona took it out because she's getting ready.
Yeah.
So she took it out and
Hmm.
is like getting dressed. So she did not hear it.
That's
all
gonna
right, so we'll catch up with you in a second. Bella, what exactly do you want the ritual to find out?
So, which one?
Where
Yes.
do we want to start?
Starting is the lineage. So, what I want is I want like family tree.
Okay.
And like if possible, if it's like oh, this is who they are, and any like not deep details of like what's their social security number, but
Sure.
like is there a general location for them that can be
Are-
found?
Yeah. Are they still alive? Yeah. Are they still alive? Is there a way to locate where they are? Do I have any siblings or other relatives? Kind of just things that you would find on Ancestry, but things that I've not been able to find on Ancestry because I have no
Magical
starting point.
info.
Your birth family is not on Ancestry.
I know, it's weird. It's weird how that happens.
We're
Okay.
using the magic family tree of ancestry.com.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Bella,
Hi.
you're able to, get a branching path, blood walking through her family tree, basically.
Mhm.
Um, you see it, branch back to her mother.
Mhm.
Her mother's name is Elise,
Mhm.
or yeah. Um,
Elsa.
Hush your mouth.
um,
Let it go.
You let it go.
the father, his name was Joseph Underwood.
Cool.
He died
Okay. Well,
um
saves me a ritual.
in 1990.
Okay.
Um, I think the math works out okay for that. Um,
Give or
probably
take.
not.
It's
Timeline
live.
might be shifted if we need to.
Huh?
This
Timeline shifting. He died shortly after Keone was born.
Carrie?
Um, huh?
Carrie? You said Carrie.
I said Keone.
Okay, I heard Carrie.
Uh, so continuing the walk through, you'll see that there are no other branches off, suggesting that Elise was well, first of all, that Cindy is an only child,
Mm-hmm.
but also that Elise was an only child.
Mm-hmm.
You then meet back to Aurora. And the father, his name is lost my notes. Jerome.
Mm-hmm.
He is still alive.
Cool.
He is located in the Atlas Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're also quickly noticing that there are 70 to 80 years between generations.
Yeah, it's magic.
Um, but you can continue to walk through and going back for generations, and it's always the people are always living around Atlas Mountains in the Arcadian Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Um, magically, you're aware that there is a great concentration of power there.
Yep.
that has its own guardian.
Yep.
I want to ask for an expertise roll, but I'm not sure what the appropriate one would be. Probably history.
28.
28. You are remembering something about the fact that the guardian, the term that you're seeing is inheritor of the storm. Periodically, as in once a generation, has to battle the avatar of the Flamebird. You're not actually sure what the stakes are because, as far as the records show, the Guardian of the Storm has always won.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And
The last battle was about 35 years ago.
okay. I really don't want to walk in on that.
So,
And there's no location I can find for or with this spell.
I mean, you
for the
can
mom.
get a general location of the Atlas Mountains.
That's where Keanu's mom is too.
No, Keanu's mom is hidden.
Hidden. Okay.
You might be able to penetrate it, but not with a
Not with this
casually
spell.
done ritual.
Yeah.
Now, how much of that you feel like telling Keanu is up to you.
It's her family. It's her family, and I'm not gonna struggle to try to relay all that. So just
Okay.
I made notes.
cool. I'm like, Aunt Puppy's writing it down. It's
Writing
fine.
notes. Yeah.
Bella's gonna tell her everything. It's cool.
Okay. So I don't know what you want to do with that, Keone. In fact, I'll let you mule that over, and we'll bounce over to Crucible's workshop with Portal.
Yeah, so whatever I was doing, probably either, working out and like using my powers, because I'm really focused on trying to expand those, or having some quality time with Tommy, whichever it is. Oh, by the way, because we haven't come to me yet, when I got back in, I said, "Hey, I'm back.
Okay.
Everything's safe. Everything's fine."
So you're not with Tommy at the moment because he is at Aegis.
Yep. So I'm probably down in the legally distinct danger room.
Right.
And so yeah, I will grab my workout towel and wipe some of the sweat off and open a portal to go into Crucible's lab. Hey, what's up?
So I know you've been working on like working out your powers, right? Do you think you could open a portal to like the North and the South Pole?
I don't think I can go that far yet. I can do about, if I really push myself, i.e., if I spend a hero point, I can get to about 32 miles. Now, I could eventually get to the poles, and it wouldn't take terribly long. But yeah. What's up?
I'm working on something special, and I need something from both of those places.
You're getting a gift for Keone, aren't you?
It's kind of like a gift. I'm making something.
And that's what like Portal whether he's right or wrong, he assumes what it is, and his mouth is wide open, his eyes are wide. Really?
But don't tell anybody. It's just I'm making.
No.
It's just an artisanal gift. Don't think too much about. Do you think Roberta knows how to get to the North Pole?
I mean, I can get you there. It's just gonna take a few steps.
Okay, are we talking like an afternoon or
I don't know. Let me do some math real quick. Um,
I'm gonna need a cooler if we're gonna have to take multiple trips.
I don't know how. Let's see here. I gotta look up. First, I've got to remind myself of what his maximum non-hero point.
At least Googling how do I get to the North Pole from essentially, Seattle is better than what I was Googling, which was sexy golden robots.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to find a good picture of how I was imagining Roberta. And so
Sexy
now,
gold robots.
yeah, so now it says sexy gold robots and sexy professional gold robots.
Oh, professional robots.
This
So I
is
think,
sounds like the sort of Google search that could,
yeah, I feel like I'm in trouble. I'm on someone's list now.
right?
Okay, so I can effectively do 16 miles per 6 seconds. So is that 160 miles an hour? No, that's 160 miles per minute. That's 9,600 miles an hour. Oh yeah, this will take like North Pole and South Pole will take about an afternoon. It'll take us about 30 minutes to get to one, and about an hour to get to the other, and then 30 minutes to get us back home.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to go right now, but if soon.
I mean, I don't have any plans right now.
I don't think I do either, but I guess we can get somewhere fast if something comes up while we're gone, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll always be 30 minutes or less from here.
Because they're like a pizza.
Okay, cool. Let me go get my Stanley Cup and then we can go.
Okay.
It says it keeps things cold, right? Do you think it keeps things like
Oh, no,
arctically
they do a
cold?
great job. You can grab mine too, and that way you can have one for each pole.
Okay.
All right.
He's gonna use a big dumb cup.
So, with the boys doing a pole-to-pole jaunt, Star Knight getting ready to meet his adoring fans and a bunch of other celebrities, and Bella and Keone getting ready to go visit Aurora. Where's Whitney during all of this?
Sure sounds like everybody's occupied or out of the tower.
I feel like Whitney comes back and everybody's gone.
Yeah, there's that brief moment where she's just
Actually, Whitney, you have a text from Riley.
oh. I didn't know you had my number. Oh, right. Yeah, the party. Okay, yeah.
And the text says, "Be at Arcadia College at noon."
Acadia College at noon. Okay. And it's
Well,
like,
and then a second text pops up right afterwards. Courtyard in front of the film department building.
okay. Huh. She will text back, is this a superhero thing?
She sends back a winky face, and then, nope, just a fangirl thing.
Uh, she will respond with her own winky face and a spider emoji.
Okay. All right. It's 9 o'clock. That seems like a good time for us to go ahead and take a short break. So we'll pick up with shenanigans when we get back.
All right, we'll be right back. Sorry, I was sending a message. And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us through our break. We are still the Untold Stories Project. This is still City of Destiny, Season 2, Episode 6, titled Aurora. When we left off, we had Star Knight, Spider Queen, both in their civilian identities, headed down to Arcadia College for a press announcement, which currently Whitney is still unaware of. We have Keone and Hexa getting ready to go and talk to Aurora. And Portal and Crucible are jaunting back and forth between the poles for, reasons. Because, why split the party when you can split the party 3 ways?
I love a 3-way.
Walked into that one.
Keone seconds that.
So,
Keone also likes Skyline?
Ethan is terrified of how much extra work he has to do in a 3-way.
See, look, Ethan's making it all about himself.
I never said he was generous with. He's 21. He doesn't know any better.
The irony, of course, is that the two of you making the joke about 3 ways and then making it about Skyline is that you're the two who live in Cincinnati. Okay. Let's start with the boys. So which pole are you headed towards first?
Well, I'll let him know, and we did a little math off screen. It's going to take 20 minutes to get to the North Pole from here. It's going to take an hour to get to the South Pole from here. We're going to want to bring one of your platforms that you can float because a bunch of that time is going to be over water.
Yeah, I can bring a platform. I have to bring my resin kit too.
All right.
All right. Where do you want to go first?
Which direction are you headed first?
Let's go north.
All right.
All right. I'll get back to you then. Let's pop over to Arcadia College.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for Whitney to see this.
All right. So we get to Arcadia College. Whitney, how do you arrive? On foot, bus?
Oh, she would have
Swing
to.
and then change in an alley?
Yeah, that's kind of how she gets around.
Okay.
So yeah, she would get this message. She would pause for a moment because there might be like a singular panel of a suspicious look on Whitney's face before she's like, I gotta go. And then she will head out of the building. She will swing to Arcadia College. It might take her a bit of time to get there because she's not super familiar with the city yet.
Sure.
And she's going to ECU. So this is not the one that she knows.
Yep.
But when she's close enough, she will find an alley to land in, and she brought a backpack full of a change of clothes.
Right. So you get to the college, probably ask around a little to figure out where the film school is. And as you get there, you start seeing signs and a press, like a whole like press corps, signs that involve Apple TV and have a logo for Roger Zelazny's Chronicles of Amber.
Would Whitney know that they are making a show?
Um, is Whitney a fan of the Chronicles of Amber?
Um,
Or at least enough of a fan of sci-fi in general that she would be aware of the series even if she's never read it.
I think, yeah, that sounds a bit more accurate.
Um, I have a feeling that not a lot of people younger than me or Gary have ever read the Chronicles of Amber. You're not much younger than me.
Fair.
I thought you were making something up for the stream, so no.
But I also only read it like a couple years ago.
Same season. I thought this was a made up thing, kind of like the books in Gemstars.
No, this one's actually real. You're on mute again, Gary.
This is like the one real thing I threw into his
Yeah.
filmography.
So you would be aware of the fact that Apple was adapting this sci-fi series to, for a new prestige format series, where roughly each season was going to be one book. There's 5 books in the main core. As far as you know, Apple only optioned the original 5 books, not the sequel series.
So no Blue Crystal Caves.
No Blue Crystal Caves.
Thank you, God.
At least not yet. Not until the series is a huge success and someone comes and brings a dump truck of money up to someone's.
Fair.
But yeah, so you would probably be aware of it.
Okay, so yeah, she's sort of just almost a bit wandering because she's just trying to take in everything and she's heading towards the building.
So, as you're heading over, there's some hubbub from other people who are kind of crowding around, going like, oh, they're doing some sort of announcement. I guess so. You think that maybe they're going to use like some of the college's facilities for the show? I don't know, maybe. So yeah, there's a excited, but like we don't really know what we're here for. We just, it was viral marketing of, if you're a fan and you can get to Arcadia, do so. Backstage, Cam, you're backstage with Riley, and you see the producer of the show talking with a group of PAs, the producer being one Mr. Stephen Colbert.
That tracks. I don't even know if he's actually read it, but that tracks.
Oh, he's actually part of the people who are actually optioning Chronicles of Amber for a series for Prime.
That I did not hear. They're actually making a series?
It's optioned. We'll see if it ever gets made. Also in costume, you see Stephen Amell, who is playing Corwin.
Nice.
Sebastian Stan, who is playing Eric. And Lauren Germain, who is playing Flora. and Willem Dafoe, who has this weird prosthetic hunchback that kind of makes him dwarven and down to the ground, and this unbelievable costume and prosthetics on his face, but he's still recognizably Willem Dafoe, and he's just kind of cackling and laughing and hopping around, and you're not entirely sure if that's him getting into character or if that's just Willem Dafoe.
Why not both?
Why not both? And yeah, so a PA comes over to talk to you and says, Mr. Colbert is gonna go out on stage along with the showrunners and the directors. They're going to introduce it. They're going to unveil the entire cast list, and then they're going to bring you five out for some pictures. And I think we're also going to have a signing opportunity. We've got some production art. Not obviously, we don't have like stills for anyone to sign, although we've got your regular publicity photos, stills. So we'll have some tables set up after the event for you guys to do meet and greets with fans. Not real long, about an hour commitment. We'll be going out on stage in about 15 minutes. Can I get you water? We've got some craft services.
No food, just water. The beard application. Don't want to mess it up.
Understood. Riley will just kind of look at you and go, "You're good?"
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
I've done tons of these, just not on this scale.
I'm gonna go and try to pull some attention here. I think I can still get local news here. And if you need it, she has a duffel bag.
Yeah.
I'll stick it under the craft services table.
Sounds good.
Okay. So yeah, backstage, it's a lot of Hollywood acting is, a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
There are makeup artists who come by to each of you to touch you up. Have you ever worked with any of these guys before?
I was kind of going through the cast list, and I think Topher Grace probably in one of the movies I was in.
Okay.
I would say I've worked with him before.
Okay. But no one who is here today is someone.
No.
Yes, Star Knight has definitely upped all of our bacon numbers. So while you're backstage, Sebastian will make his way over towards you and go, "Hey, Cam, good to see you. I heard you were out of country for a while. Wasn't sure if you were even going to be back in time for filming to start. I hear they were considering giving why am I suddenly blanking on his name? Tom Hardy your role."
Well, Tom, that would have been a great choice. But when I heard this opportunity, I had to fly right back into the city.
Well, looking forward to working with you. Never had the chance before, but I've been doing a lot of stunt work on the Marvel movies, and I'm looking forward to crossing steel with you.
That have to teach me some of those knife tricks.
See what we can do. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
And yeah, meanwhile, Willem Dafoe is like hopping up on tables and cackling at people.
Oh. So with the costume and, if we're in full costume, sword.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
I mean, it is a stage blade.
Yeah.
So, the edge is beveled, not actually sharp. But it's still a piece of steel, and
Yeah.
it's sword shaped.
Yeah. As long as it's not, you know, completely soft or anything. Because I do have actual, besides the stellar,
I'm aware.
I actually have
Yeah,
sword skills. So
I'm aware.
kind of massive. That's probably what landed me the part is
Probably.
being able to handle the sword. So
Yeah.
I will probably spend my time playing around with the sword while we wait. Well, I'll probably
Once
try.
you start playing around with the sword, Stephen Amell was going to kind of wander over and go, all right, look, I don't think that any of our handlers are here. You want to actually try fencing?
Hell yes.
That so tracks with Stephen Amell.
Doesn't it? However, no sooner does he draw his sword than a literal army of people show up and go, no, 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 no. Liability, you guys cannot be practicing with the swords here without a stunt person and a supervisor watching. Sorry, gentlemen, sorry, no.
Grumble and put it away. Soon though.
He just kind of gives you a look like, yeah, this is gonna happen. All right, we'll go back to you as we pop over to the girls, heading not quite as far into the frozen north as the boys, but
Fiona only kind of knows where she's going. So I feel like as we're kind of going towards where we're supposed to be, she'll just stop every once in a while and be like, I think it's this way.
are you guys flying on combination of ice slides and broom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume, yeah.
You both have the ability to detect magic.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
I feel
follow the goddamn magic beacon.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like Kione can feel it, but she's so amped up that she can't quite fully latch onto it. So it's like she just kind of barely she feels it, but is like, I think it's this way, but she's so jazzed she can't really pinpoint
Fair enough.
exactly. And she's terrible with directions, so she really can't remember when they went there the last time where she's going.
Fair enough.
Definitely not because I am also terrible at directions.
Um, as you are approaching, you will actually be able to visually up on one of the landings near the top of one of the mountains. You see a fire burning.
Like a big fire, like a bonfire,
Um,
or like a fire at the top of a pillar type fire.
like a bonfire.
Okay.
Um,
She'll just kind of turn to Bella and be like, I think it's this way. Just kind of point and then go towards the fire.
Yeah.
um, as you get closer, you will see almost as if they are waiting for you.
Oh man.
A
Not
what?
no, she's not excited about this at all.
You see the fire, and standing near it, there is a woman of indeterminate age. Clearly older, but where to place her would be hard to, kind of like Tilda Swinton. She just doesn't age. Although her hair is white, her skin is blue, kind of like Keone looks like when she's powered up. And standing next to her, there is a 12-foot tall creature that you can only describe as a Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, the Yeti. I forgot about him. No, not 12 inches. He's 12 feet tall.
What is it? Yeah, like classification wise. What is it?
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. It does, the difference does matter. It is a Sasquatch,
Is a
which,
Yeti
you
a
know,
Yeti?
are native to
No,
this area.
makes sense. Just the difference is important and she would know it.
She would. So,
Like-
so they
I
are
like
standing there, like I said, looking like they are waiting for you.
Cindy will walk up. I'm assuming it's Aurora.
Oh yeah,
Okay. So she'll walk up and say, you know, we met the Yeti before, but they didn't give him a name. He was just there, right?
Mhm.
He was just kind of like her pet. Ish. Like he didn't like he didn't speak to us and like talk to like interact. He was just kind of a scary thing standing there staring at us, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So she'll go up to Aurora and just be like, "Hello, Aurora. This is my friend Bella. Notice
I
that you've been watching us. What the fuck?"
Bella, on the other hand, gives a little respectful bow.
Well,
Indeed.
Elena, it's lovely to see that you've acquired all of the manners I have come to expect from the modern world. This is how you greet your grandmother.
You don't really get to call yourself that when I've never met you until now, Aurora.
Hardly my fault. Couldn't blame your mother for that.
Also not my mother. I already have a mother.
You can call whoever you like your mother. The magic runs true through the blood. You are the daughter of my daughter. You and your people have done something to the magic of this land.
My people.
Yes. And the Sasquatch then speaks up. The octopus. And the man you work for.
Attack.
What?
Just a little whispered of attack. Cause she's placing like, who the fuck's the octopus?
Yeah. Mm.
The machine that you used to drive away that thing has damaged the magic of this region.
Well, I'm pretty sure without it, it would have damaged everything. So sorry that your magic is a little bit shaky. Preferred saving everybody else.
You think it's that simple? You may have saved humanity from one threat. However, if the magic of this region is disrupted and you are unable to fulfill your duties, then that simply means a different kind of disaster for mankind.
What duties do I have to fulfill?
You must battle the Flamebird.
I knew I wasn't thinking about that for no reason.
What was that?
Oh, that was just me going like, no, that didn't randomly get the, hey, what's your, like, can you give me a history check? Because there's a tradition in this land. And I'm like,
Why would I fight some bird for you?
You don't have to do it for me. I assume that you would prefer not to see all of your friends reduced to ash, but by all means, you can refuse.
She'll say under her breath, does that mean you would be included in that?
I'm sure some people would be powerful enough to survive, but well, let's see. I'm sure you can live with 7 billion deaths on your conscience. You have shown an appalling lack of regard for human life.
One time.
One
One time, guys. It was one time. Bella will see. I'm assuming Bella's kind of standing like a little bit like behind, like you could
yeah,
see my back, kind of like you're just kind of standing behind me.
yeah.
You will see Keone's fist start to form like daggers between her fingers as you can tell that she's progressively getting angrier and angrier.
I apologize for not being able to more properly be involved. I did not expect Elise, so shortly after doing her battle with the Flamebird, to run off, get pregnant, and then hide herself from me. I apologize.
She already told me that she couldn't find her too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like she told me that already, but I was like, I couldn't remember if she had told me that she couldn't find her.
But yes, it was not until you made yourself known that I knew you existed. Perhaps I am not the grandmother you would have wished for. That does not change the fact that with the power in your blood, you have a responsibility. Also, disrupting the magic of this region is, as much as I can tell, I suspect that that device, since it does, by all accounts, protect the world from the robot, that the magic all across the globe has been affected.
Cindy will turn and look at Bella and ask if that is true.
In my experience, even if it hasn't been more noticeable than the moons. So
I was going to say, they do kind of coincide.
yeah, the moons have been the biggest notice for the rest of us with magic, so I couldn't say, but I mean, I'd assume.
At this, as soon as you say that, Aurora actually looks at you. You're Goethe's daughter, aren't you?
Yes. There's just like that. But yes.
So as Bella is kind of not disagreeing, but definitely not agreeing with her grandmother, she gets this like kind of Keone gets this like kind of smug smile, and then as soon as she says that, oh, you're her daughter, she immediately loses that smile. She is immediately pissed again. Keone hates it. He hates it here.
Yeah, you know my mom.
We've met. Mostly we've corresponded through messengers. I haven't actually sent her a message in. It must be close to a century right now.
She's a century.
But yes, I know your mother.
I see.
Now, and she kind of looks you up and down.
You're not the hot one, are you?
She's pretty, but
Yeah.
You're the younger child, aren't you?
yes.
Queen Mab.
I'm the one you're not going to be hearing about much from her.
She is definitely like it's almost that phrase of being undressed by someone's eyes,
Yeah.
but it's not sexual. It's deeper. It's like really
I'm being
laying.
fucking dissected.
Yeah,
Although there is a little pause and a moment of the sorry, I hate to intrude on this once again though. If you're looking for your daughter, your mom, like point, this is like the biggest magical hotspot I've ever been in, and I might be able to set up a ritual to at least try my hand. I can't guarantee, but
I am less.
Perhaps someone unrelated to us would have a better time finding her than someone related to her.
there is a chance it is a blood thing she's blocking.
The Sasquatch will speak up again. Aurora, what could it hurt to see Elise again? Of course, I want to see my daughter, but she made her choice. I am much more concerned about making sure that she is ready for her responsibilities.
Well, if you would like me to fulfill whatever responsibilities I have here, I would like to find my mom first.
I can do this possibly while you're doing whatever she needs to do, even.
It's going to be a training montage.
Bella's also fucking lying. Bella could get this done in like 10 minutes.
She thinks.
She knows she could get it done. Whether it's successful or not is the question.
Right. Doing the ritual is not the hard part. Whether or not it works.
Yeah, she can set rituals up if she knows it well in like 12 seconds.
About that, yeah. As long as you have access to all of your supplies.
Yeah.
So your condition for accepting the responsibility that is a matter of saving most of the life on this planet is that we find your mother first.
Cindy will uncomfortably shift in her stance and will visibly become more nervous because she didn't really think it through. Surprise, surprise. Cindy doesn't think something through before she says it.
Shock.
She will shakedly say, yes, those are my conditions that Bella, and she'll point to Bella because she's like, please stop looking at me. Bella will try the spell to find Elise, and whether or not she's successful is irrelevant, but she has to try to find her first before I will commit to being your whatever.
Savior. Say savior.
You
know you want to.
I was gonna say we do have the comms on, so although I don't.
Oh, do you have the comms on?
Bella turned it off hers.
Keone forgets that she has it anymore because she's just so used to having it. But
She
she
put it back in.
Yeah, she put it
After
back in
changing.
after she got dressed. Yeah, but I would assume that they probably have some sort of way of blocking any sort of communication. But
No, no, this is all coming through the comms for anyone who wants to listen.
Okay, cool,
Uh,
cool.
I have opened a portal and we're about to step through and we just both stop. I look over to him and say, we should listen to how this plays out, right?
I mean, probably, but also it feels like eavesdropping.
You guys, that's the second time you guys would have eavesdropped when I'm talking to my grandma.
Okay, well, this is now also the second time in the same day someone's eavesdropping on Bella, you know?
You can't just like drop a hot person in the room and just expect us not to be interested.
I mean, at some point, you guys will remember that you can turn your own comms off.
Hey, Portal remembers it.
Huh?
And the rest of the team is grateful that Portal remembers it.
Yes. Because at this point in their conversation, you guys are probably already up to the North Pole.
Okay.
We should stop and listen to this, shouldn't we? It's freezing. We ain't stopping.
You can hear Ethan's like his armor shaking. He's like, no.
By the way, Hexa, you are aware that it is cold enough where you're at that if you don't either put on a heavy coat, well, actually, I guess standing near the fire, you're okay. But
I also think she would have either planned for, if not a heavy coat, at least like some minor little just heat warmer, like magical hot pocket.
yeah, okay.
Stay warm.
Got a magical hand warmer.
Fine.
Yeah.
If that is your condition, so be it. Perform whatever spell it is that you need to perform. And then come to me. And she'll step back.
Step back, as I was like, oh shit, now I have an audience.
Oh shit, you're gonna do it right now? Keone.
That's what the condition is, yes.
Yeah, so Cindy will see her step back and be a little bit confused because she was thinking that she would tell us to come back, like leave, do the thing, and come back when you're done with the thing.
Well,
so the fact that she's now basically making you do it right now, Keone was like,
well, Bella also, she wants to
and
do
she
it
was-
here at least because it's like, well, if this is a source of like the power, maybe that'll help out in finding.
like a big battery.
Yeah, like this is like the biggest magical hotspot she's been at. And you know, her magic's all witch stuff. It is all, you know, the earth.
Yeah.
So she's, and once again, also it's the, if it's, you know, relation, like I'm using part of your makeup to help with that, like that pinpoint.
Yeah.
So like the sort, like the homeland might help too.
No, it makes total sense. All right. So I know you have skill mastery.
Yes.
So you can just take 10 on the ritual.
But I'm wondering is, do I have?
Do you have ultimate effort?
I do.
Okay.
On my expertise magic.
Okay. Do you want to spend a hero point?
I have 2 and we're about to end, and this really feels like where Bella should be pulling out all the stops. So yes.
Fair enough. So what's the total then? 35?
35. No. 42.
No? 42. Gotcha, right. You're like running with resonance. I forgot about that.
Sorry, if it was religion, it would be a 35.
The hero point popped up on the screen and I was like, who is that?
Elise, I summoned her by mistake.
It's a preserver artifact. It's a hero point come down from on high.
Oh god.
All right. So, taking some of their blood, mixing it with the soil, and as you finish your words, it's almost like, from your perception, like you're getting a bird's eye view of the Earth,
Mm-hmm.
starting with where you are.
Yep.
Like directly overhead you. Zooming all the way out to like the planet view. And then it zooms down to a cafe in France where a 30-something-ish woman who looks like she could be Keone's mother, in her non-transformed state at the moment, is sitting at a cafe writing a book, and then looks up as if she realizes that she has suddenly been targeted by a spell.
Oopsie. Writing a
And
book.
she's
though?
having lunch with Archer Blackwell.
What book?
Adrian Eldritch.
She's writing.
Writing.
Cool. The first thing that my brain locks onto is I have location. What's the book? Is there a title I can spy? Because if I can find that this is like a series or something, we can pinpoint more.
Yep. And there is, but I don't have the name of the book right now. I'll get that to you.
But I can find that.
You can find that.
Cool. Is she writing in French?
She's writing in English.
Okay.
But
cool. I mean, it's pretty much the minute she realizes we're on a split timer, get as much detail in 5 seconds and get out.
But you also have eidetic memory, so.
Yep.
So you can examine that memory at your leisure.
Yep.
All right.
Keone, your mom writes romantasy.
I have this
Could you
overwhelming fear
imagine
that
they're on the fly home and she's like, "That's really sinful, by the way. That smut was, oh my god."
Well, now we know where
My
Keone
fear-
got it.
Yeah, my fear is that it's a book Keone is obsessed with, and it is a series that she follows, and always had this weird connection with, and couldn't figure out why.
Her
And
main character, I feel like always got her.
So Aurora looks at you and says, well, clearly something happened. Is it done?
She's in France. And Bella can probably rattle off whatever city, cafe, whatever. I can't.
You rattle off an address, the specific city.
Gets the zip code in there. You're like, how the fuck do you know the zip code?
Well, Elena.
so as Bella is relaying kind of like the information that she was able to gather, she will look. I'm assuming she's looking at Cindy telling
back and forth.
Yeah. So as she's telling more and more information, she just sees like single streams of tears running down Cindy's face, and she is trying to stay as stoic and as mean and as hard as she can possibly look, but she is inside just dying.
How far down her cheeks do they freeze?
I was gonna say, like, she's just like she's close enough to the fire that they freeze and then they kind of unfreeze a little bit and then they refreeze. Like, yeah, she's not gonna handle this well.
Pretty much.
Aurora looks like she could be carved out of ice. Give me an insight.
Sure.
Both of us or just Bella?
Both of you, if you want.
Okay.
27. I'm having some really good rolls today.
You are.
19.
Bella had to make a good impression and the dice showed up.
Like I said, Aurora could be carved out of ice for all the emotion she's showing. Jerome looks like he's like hopeful, but also scared.
Pretty much what it is Bella is relaying the base details to out loud of she's in France, this is where in France, this is what I could see. Like, not going into anything like she's in a cafe in France, in this city.
Hang on a sec.
Details is going to be for Keone.
The Yeti's name is Jerome. I know that her
Was that her
father's name
grandpa?
began with a J, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
It was Joseph.
Ah,
Joseph. I was like, please tell me I'm remembering wrong because I don't have eidetic memory.
Keone's father's name was Jacob.
ah,
You said Joseph.
Or Joseph, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
grandfather.
Her grandfather is named Jerome.
okay.
Thought so. I was like, hold on.
I was like, I couldn't write fast enough to get that stuff down, and
How did that
Yep.
work
I
out?
was like, I know there was
Ew.
a drum sounds familiar.
I'm half Yeti. Gross.
No, you're a
Sorry.
quarter Yeti.
Hey,
Have
there's
you
a
wondered why you have to shave so often?
there's a
That's why-
Bigfoot member of the next gen, so you know.
Why my hair's still on.
So, Aurora looks at you and says, "Do you accept the mantle?"
Keone will wipe the tears from her face and will look over and be like, yes.
Then come to me, child.
Ew. No, she'll oh God. She'll take her calm out of her ear, hand it to Bella, and walk over.
Okay. It's not, I mean, it's literally like 5 feet. It's just you need to make that step.
Yeah, I need to, yeah.
And she will put a hand on you. And you will both sense a magical transfer of something. You are the inheritor of the storm.
Does that mean we have to break her now? Or is that just Crucible's job?
And then for the first time you've ever seen emotion on her face, the mask cracks and I'll go find my daughter.
And for whatever reason, in that moment, Cindy will look at her, not just single tears, but lots of tears coming down of her eyes. And she will look at her and say, I will. And she will say, I will, Grandma.
Okay. Aurora and Jerome will walk away from you towards a cave entrance that is further up on the mountain. You get the sense of, okay, I've just been dismissed. That's rude.
Bella's used to that.
Yeah.
Bella's like, oh, that's every other guy who tried to teach me when they realized okay.
So so Aurora and Jerome are out of sight.
They're
right?
walking away, yeah.
Okay, so once they are no longer in eyesight, Cindy will drop to her knees and just all the waterworks are coming out. She is just, I mean, inconsolably just a freaking wreck and is not holding it together well.
You boys still listening?
I don't have my comments, so they're not
Oh,
listening
that's true.
to me.
I'm
Yeah,
reading it though.
but I
Huh?
feel like Bella would be saying something.
Maybe.
Yeah, like, look, she's not good with emotions, but there's still the level of I'm not just gonna let someone break down next to me without trying to console them.
I feel like you're using your broom and you're just tapping me on the shoulder with it, like it's okay.
The immediate reaction is, Darhas, are you here?
What was that?
Darhas, are you here?
He is.
Cool. Look, I owe you for this one, but like, can you just go sit in her lap at least to help because she seems to like you?
And Derhas will hop over and
Oh,
nuzzle
pet the
into
cute
your lap.
animal.
Huh?
Does it just pet the cute animal? It'll make you feel better.
That's all she knows. She's like, well, it's a cute bunny at least, and you like the bunny.
You do like the bunny.
Cute
All
likes
right.
the bunny. That's all I know.
Knuck at the bunny.
All right. We are going to cut away from this heartbreaking scene.
really
And,
glad I decided to just use the ultimate effort.
huh?
Then really glad I chose to just use the ultimate effort.
Yeah. At Arcadia College. So you know, the announcers say, you know, hey, thank you all for coming out here today on behalf of Apple Television. We are really excited to share these announcements about the upcoming production of The Chronicles of Amber, starting with Nine Princes in Amber, which is going to be our first season. They will there are flyers being passed around that have our entire initial casting sheet. As you can see, we've managed to secure some incredible names for this production. And to tell you more about that, we're going to bring out our producer, Mr. Stephen Colbert. And Colbert comes out, and you know, there's applause and cheering. And where is Whitney in the crowd?
As close to the front as she can get, because she I think I don't know if that she knows that Cam's in this show, but I think she's put two and two together, especially if Riley is the one who texted her. So she is trying to get like as close as she can.
That is absolutely reasonable.
I just want to say that while like all of these names and everything going on would mean absolutely nothing to Portal, Brandon is geeking out, wishing this was real.
All right. So yeah, Steven comes out, and you know, he'll talk about the entire cast list. I'm not going to read through the entirety of it right now. I will share that into our Discord and make the handout available to my players to read at their leisure. But you know, so he'll say, you know, yeah, we're very excited. Production is going to begin shortly. We're going to be filming here and around Emerald City. We've been graciously given access to the film studio and equipment here at Arcadia College. I believe we have some very talented student directors who are going to be doing some second unit work for us. And we're really excited. We're looking forward to bringing this to television in 2026. So you've seen the cast list. Would you like to meet some of our stars? And of course, there's a woo. All right. Well, to begin with, we have in our starring role as Corwin of Amber, Mr. Stephen Amell. You know, he'll come out and wave at the crowd. We have as Prince Blaze of Amber, Cameron Cole. Comes out, cheers. Cam,
But he's just doing a big wave trying to get his attention.
You can see Whitney standing near the front of the crowd.
Yeah, definitely get a point.
Yeah.
Oh, she will point back.
And as soon as you do that, like people around you are like, do you know him?
No, he's just, you know, we just connected like that. It's just
It's the vibes, man. It's the vibes.
we're on the same wavelength. Yet, you know.
And Sebastian Stan, who will be playing Prince Eric, comes out. Lauren Germain playing Princess Flora. And finally, my good friend, Mr. Willem Dafoe, who will be playing Dworkin. Willem Dafoe doesn't come out.
Oh my god, do we have to save William Dafoe?
My good
Do
friend.
we have to fight Willem Dafoe?
Willem Dafoe playing Dworkin. Willem, that's your cue. And then from inside the crowd, you hear a cackling.
I love him so much.
As Willem Dafoe had apparently snuck out into the crowd and is now leaping around in full makeup and prosthetics, cackling madly.
Oh, I love him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Willem Dafoe. Dworkin is happy to be here. If you'll give us a few minutes, we're going to be setting up some tables. If you'd like, you'll have an opportunity to get an autograph and a picture with our stars, and we're really looking forward to this. Tell your friends. Whitney and Cam, can I get a perception check?
Sure.
Don't you dare do anything to Stephen Colbert.
Willing to see how okay everything is.
It's never good when Calvin says that. Every time he says that, something bad happens.
No.
So Cam, you're very focused on the crowd and all of that. Whitney, your Spidey awareness.
My Whitney Wiggles.
Whitney
Whitney.
Wiggle.
I was gonna say Spidey sensibilities.
Are tingling. And you look back, and flying overhead, you see a red and gold armored figure.
No.
You have an expertise related to superheroes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not very high. I think I can do better. Well, I have a 16, but I do have hero points to reroll if that's not enough.
It's enough. He's been retired for as long as you can remember, but that looks like the commander.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no. We're in danger.
Whose armor is currently missing. Am I correct on that?
You're correct. And it flies overhead, looks down, almost seems like it's contemplating, and then rockets towards Earth. And we'll pick up there next week.
Oh no.
So thank you all for joining us tonight. For news around our network, Freedom League Dark is back tomorrow night. There is a new episode of the Titan City serials available through your favorite podcast player this Thursday. I actually lied. We will not pick up there next week. We will pick up there in 2 weeks because City of Destiny is dark next week.
Oh no.
So this they can chew on all of this for 2 weeks before we get back to it.
Portal and Crucible are somewhere near Alberta.
Heroes, let's go around the table, make our good nights, and plug anything you want to plug. And let's start with Gary.
Well, hopefully there's a real Chronicles of Amber in the future, but nothing to really plug. But looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see how I can ruin the costume as I put the armor back on to try to fight. That'll be fun. I'll pass it over to Calvin.
All right. Whitney was just looking forward to supporting her new friend, and now she's got to fight a metal suit.
Hey, you said you could punch giant robots all day.
Yeah, that's she did swing into that. So yeah, come back in 2 weeks to see how that goes and if the rest of the team can get here in time. And if you are on YouTube, please check out the Win with Dice channel, where we have weekly gaming streams and tabletop RPG podcasting. And with that, I guess we'll finish off the bottom row with Jenny. I think you're
Hello,
muted.
I'm on mute. Thank you all so much. It's always a ton of fun to be here. I love having Bella in situations where she is incredibly awkward. Girl stumbled into family drama and was just like, well,
Yeah, the magic wielder and the magic knowledger seem like a pretty good combo because Keone knows nothing about her shit.
but she's happy she could help. And I'm always happy to be here. Take care of yourself, everyone. I love you. We all love you. We want you to be well. And I wasn't paying attention to who's gone. I'm gonna be for real.
The bottom row has gone.
That doesn't help me when I'm not looking at Twitch, so I'm just gonna guess with actually Alex.
I have not gone yet, so yay.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. I'm glad Portal and I are having a great time while everybody else is getting traumatized. We're just taking a little road trip. It's gonna be great. Nothing bad ever happened on the North Pole. Don't Google it. But yeah, that's all I've got. I'll pass it over to Aunt Puppy.
I don't have anything. Just obviously the same as I always say, like, follow, subscribe, do all the things that need the things that have the things to do the things on our socials. And then just make sure that you play a game. Brandon?
Nothing to plug as usual. So just remember, be kind to people, especially yourself. Aaron?
I actually feel guilty about the fact that everyone has to wait 2 weeks to see the resolution to this. But in any case, that is it for those of us here at the Untold Stories Project. Until next time, keep rolling 20s. Bye.